So we're kicking off the NBA season again, at least we believe. And again, how y'all doing? It's yours truly, Mr.Taliaferro. If this is your first time watching a video, look, I know the videos have been stagnant. Obviously, y'all understand the times that we are in. I've been on my music channel the last few months, a lot more than this platform. Y'all obviously understand with the NBA season about to pick back up, we think the videos will be coming out. I'll be covering every game of the NBA season until we get to the end of this team. The fact that there are going to be 8 less teams allows me to pretty much get, and I just kind of went through the schedule as it just came out here. It allows me to get every game in tonight. So I'll pretty much be able to give you a highlight for each game. I'm moving into a new studio. So I think I'm going to miss the first weekend of the season. But that Monday, I'll be back with a highlight, commentary on each game. Game by game, we're going to be talking NBA here. So this is a great place to be as long as we got basketball. For good or for bad, we will be talking about the NBA season restart as we got the first we got the entire season. I want to focus on little things that stood out with me about the NBA schedule as it was released. As we kick things off July 30th, we got the Utah Jazz and New Orleans Pelicans. You know the NBA is going to find a way to get their star to be Zion Williamson on the television screen. And then they're going with that good old reliable matchup. One of the last big matchups we had as the season ended back in March. We got the Los Angeles Clippers once again taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. Kawhi Leonard versus LeBron James, Paul George versus Anthony Davis. I'm excited. For me personally, I would have liked to just wait to see the Clippers and Lakers meet up in the conference finals. Or if they switched the format, I would have liked to see those two teams in the NBA finals. But I get it. Look, the NBA needs to get some buzz around this season. You know, one thing that I've been talking about with my friends is the look of the product. I've been in production for 8 years, and the way this thing feels is very important. With no fans being in the building, you need people to be turned on by the product immediately. So you're going to have to put out your heavy hitters. You're going to have to throw your Zion Williamsons out. You're going to have to throw your Kawhis and LeBrons out. You know, you're going to have to throw out things that gets the viewers' attention until they open up to the product being in a bubble. You know, playing games around that Disney area in Orlando, you're going to have to get people interested in the product. So you're going to see a lot of LeBron. You're going to see a lot of Giannis, Kawhi. You're going to need the stars to be stars, the Rockets. You're going to see these guys on television a lot as we get ready for the postseason because that product is very important. Another thing that stood out to me is, you know, the Memphis Grizzlies, they have a few games lead over the Pelicans and the Trailblazers and a couple of other teams that made their way to Orlando. The Grizzlies got a really tough schedule again. All right, they got Milwaukee in there a time or two. It's a very tough schedule for the Grizzlies to the finish line. If I'm not mistaken, they had the hardest schedule to the finish line before the season ended, and the NBA gave them another hard schedule as we get close to the end of the season. And the Pelicans, I believe they have maybe the easiest schedule in March, you know, to the season's end, and they have another seemingly easy schedule as we get to the finish line with the 8 games we got now. So the NBA they're making look, they're not trying to hide it. If they can have it their way, they get Zion Williamson in the playoffs or Damian Lillard in the playoffs. Obviously, smaller markets like Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies just don't appease them as it would to have, you know, Zion Williamson in the playoffs. I saw the NBA 2K21 commercial a couple weeks ago with the PlayStation 5 and Xbox new systems nearing us. I'm going to be honest with you. The NBA would love to have the next face of their league, most likely Zion Williamson in the playoffs. I would say this, though. I think the NBA is too flattered with Zion Williamson, the guy that if I were you, I would really keep your eyes keen on. Because I'm from Memphis and because I cover the NBA, I have watched a lot of Ja Morant this year. And he is the rookie of the year for a reason. All right, this dude is a stone cold killer. And I actually think, and I love my hometown of Memphis, I actually think with Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies being away from their city of Memphis, with Memphis being such a small market, relatively speaking, in the NBA, I actually think this is going to enhance the love and support and the fandom of Ja Morant. I actually think he's going to get a lot of fans in the next couple of weeks as the Grizzlies look to hold off those teams that are fighting for their 8th seed in the Western Conference. One team that I saw, the San Antonio Spurs, you know, LaMarcus Aldridge has already had season-ending surgery. So he won't be back. You can pretty much count the Spurs out. And DeMar DeRozan is on the trade block. I'm pretty sure that team's not going to be too motivated about this. The Phoenix Suns are a few games behind. They're not on television, not once, if I'm not mistaken. The Wizards are not on TV once as the season nears. This 8 games, not one of the Wizards or Suns 8 games will be on television. Ouch. Another update that I got through the grapevines, through a couple of my NBA sources on the back channels, I heard Zion Williamson has lost about 10, 15, 20 pounds, right? Somewhere in between there. One person that I've talked to says Zion looks great. Like, he noticeably has lost weight in this region, and you will notice a difference from Zion Williamson on the court, and that's great to hear. That rookie could have easily put on some pounds. I mean, look, he's like, yo, I'm the face of the league anyway. I got time to get my body in order. I could just wait to lose this weight. And you know, in July, August, September, whatever, whenever I get some downtime, or maybe I could just lose it naturally as my career progresses. No. According to the person that I trust with NBA, or one of the people that I trust, he's lost weight now. Like, he's got that body together now. They're trying to make a push at this thing, so I want to give credit to Zion Williamson. I know I'm giving credit to an NBA athlete for being in shape, but no, to lose that weight, to take this quarantine serious, to take this season reboot serious, I love to see that, and that's a good sign. So I'm looking forward to that race for the 8th spot out west. I'm looking at the Luka Doncic-led Dallas Mavericks. I think they'll be an interesting team. That's a team that I would not like to play in a bubble format. That's me personally, because Luka can get hot as a campfire. Porzingis has had more time to rest his body. I think people forget, Porzingis was coming off a big injury coming into this season. Hopefully his body positively responds to this time off. I'm wondering about Joel Embiid. I just told you Zion Williamson apparently has taken this quarantine serious, this coronavirus pandemic serious, and lost weight. Joel Embiid is a guy that came into the season a lot healthier, but I want to know, what has he been doing? He has not been the most active person on social media. What has he been doing in this quarantine? Has he been taking care of his body? Philly's one of the teams that benefited the most from this quarantine. Remember, they were banged up. Ben Simmons was down. Embiid was battling injuries. Both of those guys should be healthy. I'm looking at a team like the Indiana Pacers that were led by Malcolm Brogdon all year. And they had the All-Star and Sabonis for the first time. Got that big contract and was able to go out and get that team a double-double pretty much every given night of the season. Miles Turner and company. I'm looking at a team like them. Remember, Victor Oladipo had just came back. And to come back after that gruesome surgery that he had and then lose the little momentum that he was able to gain, will the Pacers bring back Oladipo, or will he not even try this thing in Orlando and just try it again next year? If they get healthy, the Pacers are a team, again, we're removing fans. We are removing that home court advantage. All right, this is about the game of basketball now. And the Pacers got hoopers. I'm looking at teams like Denver. Now, some of these teams that, in normal settings, I would not choose a Denver, Indiana to advance past the first round, or to definitely not past the second round. But these teams got hoopers, and if guys are taking time to find their rhythm, do not be surprised one of these teams that lack a superstar, do not be surprised if they get hot and do some damage. I've already told y'all to keep your eyes on the Houston Rockets. Obviously, the stars are going to be the stars. We expect the superstars to do their thing. But I just would not be surprised a team like Denver that's got like 4 guys that could potentially be all-stars every year. Don't be surprised if one of these teams shock you now. I'm excited about the NBA season. I'm concerned as well. I think there's a good chance. We've already got a few guys say that we're going to back out of this bad boy. I would not be surprised if guys get to Orlando, they get in that bubble and say, look, I don't want to do this. I'm rich. I don't have to do this. I don't want to do this with my life. I don't care about the future of this NBA product. I care about my family. I care about, I don't want to get that coronavirus test stuck down my throat every day. I don't want to do this. And I would not be surprised if more guys back out. But from a competitive standpoint, as I end this video, personally, if this thing can go, and I don't know if it's going to go, right? As a fan, you don't know if it's going to go. We don't know what the heck. We're in uncharted territories, not just in the NBA, in our world. All right? I'll say this, though. From a basketball competitive standpoint, I am so excited to see the brand of basketball that Kawhi Leonard's going to bring to the table, that Giannis is going to bring to the table, that LeBron's going to bring to the table. I'm so excited about the basketball. James Harden looks great. Russell Westbrook, you as a fan of the game, you telling me you're not excited about just, these guys are going to be away from family, away from any distraction, right? Once they get in the groove of the COVID testing, living in the bubble, you mean to tell me these multi-million-dollar athletes, for the most part, they're going to live as close to normal lives like you and me as possible, meaning they can't get everything they want in every which way? Now, granted, they will have, obviously, I'm sure, great food, great amenities, great services. I'm sure they'll have that. But relatively speaking, these privileged athletes won't have everything their way for once. Man, the basketball that's going to be played, I'm so excited about the product. It is AAU style, scrimmage me out, hooping. I do not take anything away from the team that wins the championship this year. I know a lot of people out there will put an asterisk by it. I know LeBron fans, if LeBron loses, they'll say, well, it was because of this. It was because of that. It was a weird season. I know Kawhi fans would be like, yeah, Bron won it in this year. I know the guys that don't care for Giannis and don't think he's a real superstar, they'll be like, yeah, he only led the Bucks to a championship because it was a COVID season. I ain't doing that. Look, if we doing this thing, we doing this thing. For the most part, most teams got most of their guys, at least right now. If we're doing this thing, I'm excited. And I think there's going to be some damn good competitive basketball out of this. No fans, emotions. Guys got pride about the product that they put out there, man. And I think this could mean some great basketball if we're able to play basketball. I don't know if COVID's going to allow that. I saw that Clemson had 37. Overall, they have 37 guys that have tested positive for the COVID-19 virus in the last 3 weeks. That's scary. 37 NBA players. If that happens in the NBA, the league will be shut down. That happens in the season. So I'm afraid. I'm looking at them Texas coronavirus numbers. The average age has dwindled down. I mean, think about it. Apparently, like 3 months ago, the average age of the person getting COVID-19 in Texas was 65. As of this week, that age is 35. Just to put it in perspective. So we've lost 30 years on the average age, the median age of people getting COVID-19. That's scary. Okay, there are guys in the league over 35. Arguably the best player in the game, for sure the most popular player in the game, LeBron's 35. So I'm just saying, I mean, LeBron's got gray hair. LeBron's got a son that's in the 10th grade. So I'm just saying, I am definitely afraid of this. I'm afraid of getting invested in the product and then losing the product. One day we wake up, 20 people didn't got the COVID because somebody was irresponsible, and maybe it's not a player. Maybe it's a coach. Maybe Derek Fisher then went and tried to smash somebody's wife again. I don't know. I'm just telling you. I'm joking. I'm just telling you. I'm afraid to get so invested in this product because I love the game so much. And if you're following this platform, I know you love the game so much. I'm afraid as a fan to get invested in this bad boy and then to one day wake up and it just be taken from me. So we'll see what we get. I'm going to cover this game to the best of my abilities. Y'all let me know in the comment box below of the NBA season and the schedule that's come out. What do you think about it? Let me know. We got 8 games until we get into the postseason. So we're going to go a few weeks into August, and then we're going right into the playoffs. How excited are you? Are you invested in it? Will you give this thing a shot? Let me know in the comment box below. I look forward to responding to you. The NBA is back. We think. I'm out.